Hi everybody and welcome back to the Davis Zoo. Today we're going to be learning about our skinks. We have 4 different kinds. This is the first skink we're going to be learning about. Her name is Rosie and she is a Halmahera blue tongue skink. She has a blue tongue, obviously, since her name. And whenever she's threatened or feels scared by anybody who might be bigger than her, might be a predator, she will open her mouth really wide and really show off that blue tongue so that they will think that she is poisonous or venomous and dangerous and they don't want to eat her. So her diet is very, very varied. So there's a lot of variety in it. She has to have 50% of vegetables, 40% of protein, and 10% of fruit. And so she can have a lot of different things, and there's actually too many to list. So we're going to add a link in the description below on what she can and cannot have. But her favorite treats are pinkies, which she gets occasionally, just only occasionally because they are a protein, but they are also very fatty. And she occasionally gets a couple of strawberries and blueberries, and those happen to be some of her favorites. She also likes horned worms, and she also likes crickets as well. She can live to be 20 plus years old, and when she's full grown, she will be 18 to 22 inches long. We are assuming, is about 3 years old. We've had her for about 2. Let's see, I did diet, age, lifespan, handleability. She is one of the more handleable skinks that we have. I would have to say she's probably the most handleable skink that we have. She definitely can just hang out with you for long periods of time. She's like a cat in the skink world, so she's very curious about everything and is trying to sniff everything and see everything. She does let us know when she's done being held by huffing and puffing. She doesn't bite or anything like that. What she will do if you don't listen to her huffing and puffing is she will start to have little bubbles and kind of start to foam at the mouth. That's when she's super, super stressed out. So that's usually like when we're doing her nails or when we're about to put her back in her enclosure because she's too stressed out, because we don't like to stress her out that much. So she can be handled multiple times a day for long periods of time. And like I said, when she starts huffing, that's usually when we put her up because we know that she's done and she's over it. I think that is everything that I wanted to mention about this beautiful skink right here. All right. Let's move on to the next one. All right, and here's our next skink. This is Toothless. She is a Sulawesi water skink. We've had her for about 2 years, so we're guessing that she's about 2 years old. She's fairly new to the reptile trade, so there's not a whole lot of information out there about her. And when I say we, the research that we have found says that it is unknown how long they will live, but they're guessing about 10 to 20 years. She or he, we don't know what sex she is because it's really hard to sex skinks, but we are planning on doing that for all of the skinks, and we will be doing gender reveals for all of them as well. For now, I'll just keep calling her she because that's just what I've been calling her. She will grow up to 14 inches long, and females tend to be larger in this breed, and that's not necessarily the case with all skinks, but with this one, females tend to be larger. Her diet consists of bugs and fish. She really likes her fish, and she really would prefer fish over bugs any day. Lifespan, handleability. She does get a little bit stressed, and she does do the same thing that our crocodile skink does, to where she kind of plays dead, to where she kind of goes stiff and kind of like doesn't really move very much, and that's kind of what she's doing right now. We do handle her about 15 minutes every day to try and help her get over that so that she feels a little bit more comfortable with us. She's starting to like things like the face rubs and everything like that. As you can see, she's starting to kind of fall asleep. She does the same thing for a defense, as she'll open up her mouth, and instead of a blue tongue, she has a black mouth, and it's really cool to see. And that is our awesome Sulawesi skink. Let's bring out the next one. All right, our next skink is gonna be Dart here. He is a red-eyed crocodile skink. We were told from the breeder that he is a boy. You can tell that he's a red-eyed crocodile skink by this orange around his eye right here. There are also things called armored skinks, and they look exactly like him and are very, very similar, except for they do not have the red eye. So he just made a accidental dookie on the table, and that's all right, and we'll explain a little bit about that. So whenever they're stressed, whenever a lot of reptiles are stressed, they will go to the bathroom. And so he is one of the less handleable skinks because he does get stressed very easily, and he does get camera shy and everything like that. So he only gets held one time 15 minutes a day, and that will be all he ever gets held, just because we don't ever want to overstress him. So I'm gonna go ahead and put him back now because he's like, I'm done, I don't want to be in this anymore. So give me 1 second and I'll wash my hands. All right, moving on to our next skink. This is Slick, and I am holding a firm grip on him or her because she or he is very, very fast. We will be posting a video about him eating crickets. I didn't say that Dart ate crickets. Dart, the last skink, only eats bugs. So he eats a lot of crickets. Moving on. This little guy eats a lot of crickets as well. They're both insectivores. And this is a red-sided skink. Definitely different than a fire-bellied skink. A fire-bellied skink is going to be more like Rosie, but with red instead of that black on the belly. This is a totally different skink. The tail's a lot longer than Rosie's is, a lot thinner. They're so much faster, more active, and they're only insectivores. So there's a lot of difference between those two. So as far as size goes, this little guy is going to get 8 inches, not including the tail. So that would be from his head to about here. And this is just gonna hang out here. And this is like as long as his body. So as far as handleability, this guy is just a baby. And so he's still kind of a little bit, I like to say spicy, but he likes to kind of run away, and he kind of likes to, he's not quite used to being handled yet. He likes to do his own thing. He is about a year old. He's not quite over a year, but he's about to turn a year. And their lifespan is 8+ years. Food, lifespan, age, handleability. And that's all that we have for today in these beautiful little skinks. They're definitely one of my favorite animals that we have, one of my favorite species. Well, that's going to be it for us today. Thank you again for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like this video, and thank you for watching the Davis Zoo. Bye.